It now has grey hairs and it's older and it doesn't run like it used to. And little Pablo, I'm now realizing that he's in the last season of his life.
Yeah.
And it just makes you want to play with them more and cherish those moments more and be kinder and give them another treat. And
and we're if we're honest, we're always losing everyone all the time. Like, and that's why to love anything is insane, right? Because to love anything is to expose yourself to the inevitability of losing it. And I learned that as a hospice volunteer for many years. And I've learned that as a human being. And I've learned that as a divorce lawyer, that like we're all losing everything all the time. Even our child, like you have a child, that child tomorrow, the child they were the day before is dead. It's gone. They're a new thing every day until all of us are ghosts, until all of us are gone. And so to me, keeping that awareness in your mind is everything. Like you honor that dog by saying, you know what, I took for granted when this was a puppy peeing on everything and running around and eating all my shoes, like I didn't realize like there was a limited amount of time. Like there is a finite number of times you will watch the sunset. You don't know that number, but it exists. You just don't know it yet. There's only so many more summers that you will be here to see. You just don't know the number. It could be 1. It could be 100. It's probably not 100, right? So I think to me, when people say like, well, how is a divorce lawyer so like, into love and such a romantic at heart? Like, how could you not be? How could you not be when you're confronted every day with how fragile love is and how transient it is and how powerful it is? It means so much to us. So much of what we do all day is to find love and to be loved and to feel worthy of love. And then we have it and we just kind of forget we have it until it's going away. And then it's too late or it's gone. And now it's completely too late. Like if you realize, was it Pablo, your dog?
Yeah.
If you realize how amazing Pablo is when Pablo's gone, shame on you. Like you should, when you pick him up and smell him, like that's to me, like that's everything. There's I don't know if you ever read Thich Nhat Hanh's work, the Buddhist monk. So Thich Nhat Hanh was a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. He was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in like the 80s. He wrote some beautiful books. He passed away a few years ago, but he wrote several books. One of them being Peace is a beautiful one. He's written a whole bunch of books, Peace in Every Step. But he, as a Buddhist monk, has this mindfulness exercise. And I've said it to people, I've shared it with people a couple times. They always look at me like I'm insane when I say it. So I'll share it with you because you brought up death. If I bring it up too much in polite conversation, people just think I'm morbid. And then they're like, all right, all this guy does is talk about death and divorce. We got to hang out with like nicer, more fun people. But he has this mindfulness exercise and it's this. He says, when you hug someone, think about the fact that they're there and you're hugging them. Then close your eyes and think about that they've died. And this is the last time you're hugging them before you let go of their body and it's taken away. And then remember that they're alive and you're hugging them. Like, how could that not choke you up? Like, how could you not, like, when you hug your dog, you will someday most likely have to put your dog down, right? You will have to make the very painful, but very responsible and loving decision that the best of this dog's life is over and that there's nothing but pain ahead. I've had to do it several times in my life. It's heartbreaking, but it's the final act of love and service to something that you've had dominion over and taken care of and have the duty of taking care of. And I know every time I've had to do that 3 times and just smelling it and going, oh, that's it. Like, that's it. It's gone now. And the memory of that scent, it'll fade. But like right now, that dog's alive. Pablo's alive. And you can smell him. And and you're not letting go of him now. He's there. He's there right now. Like, so how do you not right now just breathe that in every chance you have? Because you don't know how many more times you'll have. I don't, when people say to me like, well, how can you think so much about death? Or how can you think so much about breakups? It's like, how can you not? Haven't you ever lost anything? Have you forgotten what it was like to have it? Like, did you not keep in your mind like how beautiful this was and how it's gone? Like, my mother died 8 years ago. And I found an old videotape that I didn't even know like existed. And it was, my dad had like gotten a video camera and he'd like shot, all these video, and I could hear my mother's voice. And like hearing it, I went like oh my God, like that was her voice. Like I haven't heard it in 8 years. And I heard it again and it was so familiar, and I thought to myself, oh my God, like I'm so glad I got to hear that. But when she was alive, I never thought like, oh my God, she's here. Like I get to hear her voice, because someday that'll be gone. Like it'll be gone. The memory of her voice will be gone. It will fade. Like tears in rain, it will just fade. And so to me, like that, if we could just have that presence of mind when it comes to love, like love is not permanently gifted, it is loaned. And the people you love, the dog you love, the people, they're loaned to you and you're loaned to them. And if you could just remember every day to treat it like something that's impermanent and that you're losing all the time. Like, because I'll tell you something, I think it's insane to love anything because of the pain that it's going to cause. But oh my God, man, I love that pain because it means I got to feel it. Like I know when I got my dog Kaba, I only got Kaba because Buster died. If he hadn't died, then I never would have had room in my life to get another dog. So in some horrible way, I guess I'm glad that he died. Like, but that's not how it works. How it works is that he died, Buster, and I went, I will never love again. I will never do this to myself again. I will never feel this pain again. It's the worst thing in the world. I will never expose myself to that. And then a friend called me up and said, hey man, we're doing an adoption event with this dog and I just need you to watch him for the night. He's a puppy, he's got mange, he's a little goofy thing, but like, I just need you to watch him for the night. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't have the kids this weekend. Like I'll watch a dog for a night. And then
you fell in love.
Brings this stupid dog, this little stupid mange-ridden worms. And he walks into my apartment and he pees immediately on the floor. And I thought, oh shit, I just got a dog. I just got a dog again. I'm doing this again. And that was 13 years ago. And man, I'm so glad. Like, I'm so glad. And he'll sit there, with his little gray face now. And he'll sit there next to me and he'll look at me. He's as crazy about me as I'm about him because he knows I saved him and I know he saved me. And he looks at me and I think to myself, oh, you're going to kill me. Like, you're going to kill me when I lose you. And it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I'm not going to have another 13 years. I'm lucky if I have another year. But man, like, I don't know. I'll do it. I'm so glad I did it.
He saved you.
Yeah, because he reminded me of a thing I forget, that we all forget, that I have an infinite capacity for love.